Hey guys, just finished put some grouse on the slow cooker. Ooh, smells pretty skunky in here. I forgot my lure bag. I got one of my bags there with all my tools for setting my traps. I keep everything in there. I got my lures in there. Ugh, smells pretty strong in here. First thing is I'm gonna be skinning this coyote out. Get him all ready. Skinned, fleshed, and boarded. Brush them all up and clean them up. And head back on the line. Brought the trailer in there because I wanted to grease the axles. I gotta pull the wheels off, so you just jack it up and pull the wheels off. It takes 2 minutes with an impact rate. And then there's a grease fitting on the walking beam portion of it, and then one on each axle. But to get to those, you gotta pull the wheel off. I wanted to show you, I got skinned out that coyote that I caught yesterday, or one of the two. The other one's in the cooler. I'll do them right away here. I just wanted to show you when I board them. See, I got these little sticks here. These are plywood. If you can get some kind of a softwood, a real softwood, just easier to push the pins in. This is plywood and run the grain that way. So when you put the pin in, it's easy to put in. But I put 2 pins on each side, and it just holds. You just pull the hide out and then put the stick in. You know, just tighten it up a little bit, and it makes it just easier to dry up everywhere, right? Just pulls it out. And then for the ears, I just cut pieces of plywood and I jam the one corner inside the ear hole, and that way it keeps it from it can dry up underneath. Just keeps it especially if you pull the ear out somewhat like the leg and then pull it tight, and it puts a bit of tension here and it dries all the way around. The Lynx, all these ones here, I got to bring them in to get registered. We got to register them here, the Lynx and the Fisher. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I just skinned that coyote out, and I'm just washing him here. All I do is put a bit of water just so I can submerge him. He's floating on top now. I just gotta bounce him around in there. Just a little bit of Dawn soap, the one that saves all the duckies. It don't matter which one you use, really. Just to clean the coyotes, especially, they get quite a bit of mud and dirt in them. I don't typically wash all my hides, like Marten and Lynx. Generally, even those Fisher, they didn't have any dirt or blood or nothing on them. Sometimes you get a bit of blood on them when you're skinning them out. This one here was a bit dirty. It had quite a bit of mud on him. Usually throw it in there and leave it for about 15-20 minutes. You don't want to leave it for too long, right? Just enough to loosen up that dirt and blood. that one. Yeah, it doesn't take long. You just lube them up and give them a few spins. Don't want to over grease them. One thing some people might disagree with, lug nuts, medium Loctite. I've always done that, and it just, don't put the red stuff on, the blue, the medium, and it just holds it there a bit more so that they don't back off on you. That sucks to lose a wheel. I've done it for years now and never had an issue. Actually, I did lose a wheel once, and it's simply because I forgot to tighten it. I think I put the lug nuts on just the way they are right now, and I got distracted somehow and went for a cruise and wasn't happy with myself for a bit there. Exactly worry about a torque wrench on these ones. This impact is kind of nice. It's the old 18 volt type, but it seems to torque it just perfectly. I'll check it again here with the ratchet. Don't like you're going on the highway and it's an absolute safety issue, but tighten them too much, you break the studs. Not enough, they back off. At least with that Loctite, it kind of helps it and gives it a fighting chance that it won't. I'll do this 3 times a year, and especially if we get a really wet season and going through lots of puddles and mud, then a bit more. Rather to do this here, take me about 20 minutes, and a lot easier than looking for a spindle and hub or whatever on the trail, trying to deal with that. All right. Just stopped on the trail here. I just wanted to kind of show you. There's Lynx tracks everywhere. It is unreal the amount of Lynx there are this year, at least on my line. Unreal. Doesn't matter where you look. These are a bit older, some rabbit tracks there too. They love these old cut blocks, eh? Rabbits are hanging around in there and they're just having a heyday chasing them down. But it doesn't matter, like wherever. I got a hard time keeping the Lynx out of my snares. Yeah, if I catch another one, I'll have to close all my wolf snares and just rely on leg holds for wolves, which kind of sucks, right? Because it's not even, what is it, I don't even know what day it is, 11th or 12th of January. And I usually have wolf sets out for quite a bit longer, but see what happens. Yeah, so back here there's a creek about 200 yards, and the wolves killed a deer down on the creek. And behind us here is where the main trail is, and they've been traveling back and forth from the trail to the creek where that deer kill is. Nothing but hide left. A couple of bones. So just before we hit the trail here, I thought I'd put a few snares because they've been running through here, mostly right through here. And I ran my quad in here just to make a little track, and they'll follow that, right? So I put a few snares, but I just lifted them. Why? Because we got this. Not what I wanted. Another Lynx. I'm over my quota now, so that's why I lifted the snares. Like I've mentioned before, there's tracks everywhere. The amount of Lynx around is crazy this year. When you start seeing them all over the place, like almost daily, you know there's high numbers. Yeah, so I knew they were hanging around here, but I didn't think it was going to be hanging around this way. Huh. But yeah, that snare was just right there. And I didn't block anything in. I don't play with anything, just for the wolves, right? If you start playing around with too much stuff, I find anyways that it just greatly reduces. That's when you can tell where the tracks are coming in, and then they back off and go away. The least you can do to try and find a natural. I don't know how the heck he got up there. Well, he obviously climbed up there, but he went around that branch way the hell up there. So it's tangled around there. So he must have climbed all the way up and went around and fell, or I don't know, gave up. But see, all these branches, they're all dry branches, like even this one here. Even this one here. Assuming that's on the tree. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's just dry branches, eh? So he didn't fight very much. He probably just climbed up, and because they're not usually very hard to expire. They die off pretty quick and easy. But as soon as he got caught, he must have just ran up that tree and went around there somehow. I don't know. Because that snare is actually choked off right where his neck is. That's where I choke it off, and then the snare comes down. That's an 8-foot lead, right? So he must have got caught and just decided to bolt up there. Went around that branch, and game over.